What's up, you white man? It's your boy Lil Yas from UNLV, and I'm back on Nation of Podcation, you white man. Yeah.
All right, my man Lil Yas. I feel like it's been forever since we done one of these. Man, how you been, brother?
I've been good, man. Super blessed, super blessed. No complaint, man. Yeah, it has been a minute, dog. I was like, man, it's about time I get at my dog, man. You white man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I see you've been active all on social media like crazy. You got your UNLV showcase every Friday. Started your own podcast. So shout out your podcast and shout out what you got going on this weekend.
Appreciate that, man. And then my podcast is the Be Real Podcast. You can subscribe to Be Real 23 Podcast. Appreciate the love. And also every Friday, like my man O'Shea said, I host artist showcase at the Heat Bar and Lounge in Houston, Texas, on the north side. And what I do is I give back to artists trying to get on. You know, I have different A&Rs, different DJs. You know, also being they be in a building. You know, they get interviewed by Royal Nation TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really like a contest. It's just like a open door for artists to, you know, perfect their craft and also network with people that's on, you know, trying to get on the level where they will want to be one day.
Facts. Well, that's what's up, man, because like I said, I've been seeing you pop up. Every time I pull up my Instagram, I see Lil Yas posting, Lil Yas live. You know, you everywhere on Instagram right now, so that's what's up.
Well, I'm also doing, you know, giving concerts now. You know, I dipped in the promoting business, you know what I'm saying? So I also do shows. I'm not only performing in shows, but I'm giving concerts now. You know, with nice big acts as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I've ventured off into. And so far, you know, it's been prospering for me. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right, that's what's up, man. Well, you know, I wish you all the best. I told you I couldn't make it this one. I'm going to get down there for the next one, though. I'm going to make sure of that for sure.
Man, I can't wait till you come out here, man.
Man, I'm coming, bro. I promise. On everything. Yeah. On everything. All right, well, you know how we do it. Let's dive right in, man. We got some controversial topics going on, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it off right now. Gangster Williams versus Birdman and Hot Bezo. So this has been a beef that's been going on back and forth for a while now. I want your reactions on their beef and what you think about them going back and forth.
I think it's about to die down slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, after, you know, finding out they were brothers, you know what I'm saying? Family is only right that family go through issues, you know what I mean?
Facts.
And you know, I'd rather not really, you know, voice an opinion on how, you know, family handle the issues, but I do know family always come back together at the end of the day. So I think they're at the point where, you know what I'm saying, they done lashed at each other or whatever, woo-de-woo. So I think it's about the end, man.
Okay. So what about Gangsta and Hot Bezo? Because they've been going back and forth. Apparently, you know, Hot Bezo said Gangsta was dead to him because he's a rat. Gangsta's been going on his podcast or his YouTube channel, and he's been telling stories about Hot Bezo, you know, being scared in the hood sometimes and saying how he, you know, just giving you know, different stories about Hot Bezo. What do you think about their relationship, and do you think that'll ever be able to be repaired?
I think it will, because they like family, you know what I'm saying? Them dudes come up like brothers, you know. I know, you know, how Bezo and Gangsta really come up like brothers. You know, I didn't find out that Gangsta and Baby was brothers till later, but I think they, you know, I think that shit will patch up, man, because you got to realize those not really internet dudes, neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? This internet shit ain't our era at all, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So after this I think this shit blew over, man, you know. It'll be how it was for him, you know what I mean?
Okay. So speaking of Gangster Williams, I want to get your thoughts and your opinions on his whole situation. So as you know, 2023, the end of 2022, 2023, everybody is testing everybody's credibility. Everybody's checking for everybody's paperwork. Everybody's calling everybody a rat, a snitch, a this or that. So I want your reactions. What do you feel like? How do you feel about Gangster Williams supposedly telling on the dead to get out of jail early? How do you feel about the whole ratting situation?
Man, I mean, to each his own, dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no opinion on it. You know, that's on him. He got a. I mean, I don't have an opinion on it, but I can say I feel like he admitted to what he did, and you know you gotta respect that if you don't respect nothing. You know what I'm saying? He said he ratted. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's on whether you choose to fuck with him or not. You know what I mean? He said that, and you gotta respect that at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's facts. At least he did come out and tell it. So how do you feel about everybody fact checking everything, pulling up people's paperwork, putting their paperwork on the internet? Because there's been a lot of that going on too.
And I guess that's the internet era right now, dude. You know, they a lot of people doing different shit to make money. You know what I mean? And podcasting and YouTube is one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna follow up with that. What do you consider a rat? I want what Yas' definition of a rat is.
A rat is a snitch.
Okay.
You know, telling. You telling you're a rat. That's what a rat is.
Now, is that any telling, or is it because there's a fine line with all of that. You know, that I mean, it's rough. So, would you consider? All right, let's put you in that predicament. Let's say you were sitting down for a while for some. Let's just say you were sitting down for a long time. You had life plus 25, and they offered you something. To close on some murders that happened wasn't involving you. Now, what would you do? Would you go ahead and sit down, or would you go ahead and would you?
See, I'm gonna tell you now. Right now, during these days, you probably would get a different answer. But when I was in the street, I would have had to lay down.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have had to lay down like a motherfucker. But like what I mean right now, when I'm in these days, my life ain't on the street no more. I don't have to be on the street to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to be off that level, far from that level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, at this time in my life, I'd be like, man, I could get out like that. Yeah, I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. That's a tough position to be in. I like I said. Luckily, I'm away from all of that.
Grandkids out here, and I ain't on the street at all no more. So if I got a chance to get out, like you know what I'm saying. But back then, like I said, when I was out there, I knew the rules, man. I wasn't about to none of that.
Yeah, it's a different code when you're out there living that life. Okay, so we're gonna go to this next situation. So I know you probably heard about T.I. and Boosie, their whole situation. So T.I. he supposedly back in the day, remember he got caught with guns and he snitched on his dead cousin in order to get his sentence reduced. Boosie, he's from Baton Rouge, he's from Dubuque down there. He had a whole album, about 7-8 songs done with T.I. and shelved the whole album based on because he's standing by his code. He doesn't work with rats. He doesn't work with snitches. So I want to get your opinion on that. How do you feel about that? Chat me up.
Well, I feel like if that's the code that he stand by, and he felt like that at the end of the day, maybe he didn't know about it at first. But if I don't really know the situation. If he did
so what happened was T.I. went on a podcast on his podcast expeditiously, and he said that he basically told on himself because I guess his paperwork was sealed, and then he told that my cousin I think it was his cousin Phil, he basically snitched on him, said those guns in the car were his. They was both there. The guy died in between the court thing and said they was his in order for him to get out of jail. So Boosie considers that snitching because you was telling on the dead in order to get a lighter sentence, and you didn't just sit down and take your time. So that's kind of where the beef started. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to get your opinion. What you think about that?
Shit like that, man. I don't even be on a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but damn, dog. Like, telling is telling. Snitching is snitching, bro. And if you don't fuck with a nigga that you know is snitch, don't fuck with him. Period.
Right.
If I mean, all us people, we might not know that they snitches, but most of them are snitches, and you deal with them every day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you should know how to deal with a nigga that you feel snitching.
Okay.
You know if you're gonna deal with him, know how to deal with him.
All right. So let me say. So let's say, and shout out to you. I seen you got that #1 single out right now. Say your boy, say your guy. You got.
That's what I've really been busy doing. You know what I mean? No disrespect to the interview at all, shit, but I've been so busy in my world and pushing my artists and waiting for tech to arrive, dog, and trying to leave everything
Facts
on the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. I just know that this whole thing in 2023 where everybody's talking bad about everybody being a rat and a snitch, that's like a hot topic this year. So I just want to get some of your opinions on some of these situations going on. The next one I was gonna ask you about, what about Young Thug and Gunna? So they had him on court. They was in the car together supposedly, and got caught with drugs and guns in the car. And there's video footage of Gunna saying that me and Jeffrey, who is Young Thug, were in the car together, but the guns and the drugs were not mine. So would you consider that being a rat? Because he was saying that none of that stuff was his. If it's just me and you in the car, and we get caught with guns and drugs, and I say they not mine, whose else are they?
I mean, both of them supposed to say the same thing. It's not theirs.
Right.
It could be somebody. It could be drugs was left in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I mean, if I'm saying it's not mine, and you're not saying nothing, you damn near make yourself guilty. You should say the same thing. But as long as we don't say that's his, that's not mine, that's ratting to me. You know what I'm saying? If I say that's his shit, dog, that's not mine.
Right.
Nah, that's ratting.
Right.
If I say that's not mine, you say the same thing. We stick to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's when you doing stuff like that. You gotta make sure you got your story straight. He gotta have a story. You gotta have a story. Everybody gotta stick to that code. So yeah, I'm with you on that. But yeah, like I said, man, it's just like 2023, man. It's just been like the year of the rat. It's like everybody's getting exposed.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, everybody's getting exposed, paperwork showing up. So I just want to get your thoughts on the whole ratting situation. Okay, so we're going to get into some Cash Money stuff here real quick. So gangs and Cash Money. So Gangster, he posted this a couple days ago saying that back in New Orleans, back in the day, there wasn't really gangs. You guys didn't really do the Crips and Bloods thing. You guys were more neighborhoods and wards and stuff like that. So,
right.
And then me personally, just watching Cash Money, I never saw the gang stuff until the artists like The Game started coming around, or Mac 10, Glasses Malone, East Coast rapper Jim Jones. So let me know, did Cash Money have any kind of gang ties back in the day to the Crips or the Bloods or anything like that?
Nah, when we was there, we was there from 93 to 98, and I mean, we absolutely didn't know anything about them being tied with Bloods or any type of gangs or nothing like that. And Gangster was absolutely right. New Orleans, we known for representing our hood, our ward. You know what I'm saying? Uptown, downtown, East Bank, West Bank. You know what I mean?
Right.
We never really, bumped into, gangs and stuff like that until maybe like I went there hearing the affiliation with them. Like that was maybe the early 2000s or late 99 when Mac 10, was signed up to Cash Money.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I went to hearing about, the Bloods and, stuff like that. But we didn't have any ties with none of that, and to my knowledge, they didn't either at all.
Right, so because that's what I remember, and then just because I never remember hearing in any of you guys raps, because now you hear a lot of that Suwoo and all of that, and I don't remember hearing you guys talking about any kind of gang stuff. Now, when it comes to your neighborhoods, Third Ward, Seventh Ward,
Right. That's why most of our
Melfamine,
albums is
Calio.
named after. That's why you got most of our albums named after hoods and sets. You know, like Six and Maroon was our block. That was our first album. You know, we had Mac Melf Calio. That was the 3 projects in the Third Ward. You know what I'm saying? We also had Uptown for Life. You know, that was talking about Uptown in general. So that's what we held down. That's what we rep. You know
yeah. To me, you guys were the first ones, like New Orleans in general, were the first ones to start really repping neighborhoods, because you guys started repping, like you said, you guys had your wards, your projects, you know, your different neighborhoods that you guys started repping. And like I said, that's what I remember from Cash Money early on. And like you said, it wasn't until 2001-ish when, you know, they start bringing Mac 10 around, and then, you know, they started hanging out with the Game and Jim Jones and things like that, to where the Blood started to try to, you know, infiltrate Cash Money. So yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on that.
When you know, we used to also rap about rags and shit. Like I can recall in one of our raps, Yella said, "Red handkerchief representing asshole, and the theme plus the motto is leave your fucking head swollen." You know what I'm saying? But we wasn't talking about we was Bloods. You know what I mean?
Right.
We wasn't talking about we was Bloods. It was just, you know, we used to wear red rags, you know, represent asshole, meaning we buy whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what that meant. You feel me? But we wasn't actually portraying Bloods at all.
Okay. So
with respect to the Bloods, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let me get your definition, because we're gonna get into some other stuff here. What is your definition of a stepper? Because that's what, you know, I've been hearing that word get thrown around a lot. What is your definition of a stepper, and is there a difference between a stepper and a gangster?
Well, yeah, there's a difference between a stepper and a gangster, because I know a whole bunch of gangsters never killed a person in their life. Steppers is a person that have murdered before. You know what I mean? Whether they don't call like defending yourself a stepper. You know what I'm saying? If you got a murder nigga from defending yourself, you know, far as, but like there's bodies under your belt. That means niggas you done killed. You know what I mean? You got more than 3 bodies under your belt. That means niggas you done killed. And you know, you known for that type of shit. That's what a stepper is. Okay.
You know okay, yeah, because they've been throwing that word around here a lot. I hear a lot of folks talking about they a real stepper, and you know, I just, you know, wanted to get your opinions on that there.
Man, you got some steppers that, you know, have defended themselves as well as busted some fucking heads, you know what I'm saying? Besides defending themselves, you know what I mean? So a stepper is really, that's what they is.
Now that's the violence of New Orleans. I think that's a lot of the reason people are attracted to New Orleans and New Orleans music, because just the whole that whole gangster, like I said, stepper, drug dealing lifestyle that you guys talk about, that all of you guys talk about, and you guys are all from that same neighborhood, and some of y'all have had beef with each other. I think that really piques a lot of people's interest in New Orleans and that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
I see. I think I agree with you, man. You know, because New Orleans is so small, everybody know each other. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, you know, group with each other. You know, like nowadays they got a lot of senseless murder going on right now. So I look at it like 5 years from now, you know, they're gonna talk about who was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this. So we're gonna go back in the day. So there's rumors around the internet, and even Master P himself said this, that he could have bought Cash Money back in the day. What do you know about that?
I don't know anything about that, but I do know, and I heard with my ears, I saw my eyes, I heard with my ears. He asked Baby about getting UNLV and BG from him, and this was like maybe 95. Matter of fact, it was 95. Okay. We done the Jazz Festival with him in New Orleans. Got a big festival called the Jazz Festival. And as we walking on stage, that's when Peter was getting ready to come on, and he asked Baby, he was like, "Say, baby, I need to get UNLV and BG from me." And B was like, "Nah, bro, nah." You know what I'm saying? That was that. But other than that, I don't know anything about him was getting ready to buy Cash Money.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause P said somewhere around the lines that they came to him with an offer, but for some reason he didn't want to work with Birdman. So this is where I'm about to get into. This is some real rumor stuff going on here. That there was a rumor, and I've looked it up. I've seen a few other sites have covered it. They basically talk about. Let me get to it. I want to make sure I'm accurate with this. They said this is so. Let me ask you this first. What do you think is the reason between Birdman and Master P not working together?
I always thought they both wanted their own empire. You know what I mean? I never. You got to think we didn't come up well. Networking. We was taught networking wasn't too cool. You know what I'm saying? That was the Cash Money era we come from. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't just get anybody on the record that we wanted to. For us paying them or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you wasn't a part of Cash Money, 9 times out of 10, you wasn't getting on anything for UNLV, anything for Miss T, anything for BG, unless you UGK. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But times has changed. But back then, I always thought, they both had, $1 million companies. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like they don't have to work together.
Okay, so I'm gonna lead into my question with this. I want you to comment on both of them. So there's rumors, allegedly, that Gangster Williams had something to do with the murder of one of Master P's cousins, Randall Watts, and that's part of the reason why they don't work together. Do you know anything about that, or?
I don't know if there's any truth to that. I really don't know.
Okay.
I never met Randall. I heard a lot about him. You know what I'm saying? I was aware of who he was, but I when he was murdered, I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So this was leading up to this part. So there's stories going around the internet that I'm just gonna read this little part to you. So it says, when the two met, Master P face to face with their proposal, it followed up with Master P slapping Gangsta in the face and No Limit crew pulling guns on Baby and Gangsta. P basically made both of them tuck their tails and kick rocks. That's what the quote is from this site. Have you ever heard of anything about a meeting gone wrong? Because there's been multiple reports about that happening. I've heard where Gangsta supposedly got shot, or excuse me, not shot, slapped. I heard where Birdman Baby got slapped. What do you know about that?
I never heard any of that. I never heard any of that.
Yeah, because that was the reason they said that those two.
That's a hell of a rumor.
Right. Yeah. Well, they said that was the reason why that they haven't worked together, because of that altercation. Now, I don't know if anybody got slapped or not, but they said, so. I've seen where there have been reports where guns were drawn, and then Birdman and whomever he was with went away. And that's part of the reason. I also heard about the Randall Watts thing. I've also heard, from what you said in previous interviews with me, that a lot of Master P would take a lot of Cash Money's ideas as far as the Bout It stuff, like that you guys started. They took that, and just some other concepts that the Hot Boys deal. They kind of took that, and he made a song called Hot Boys and Hot Girls or whatever. So. Can you, is that, do you think that's the reason why?
That's facts that, he stole a lot, from Cash Money, a lot of our material as well, when we were with Cash Money. You know what I mean? But that other stuff, I can't say that's facts. You know what I'm saying? That's my first time hearing about it.
Okay,
Really?
yeah. Now, Manny Fresh said the beef was because of similar to what you said. He said that he they would just be stealing you guys concepts and then not giving you credit or not, because they said Manny was basically saying if they had been like, shout out to Cash Money Hot Boys or something like that, maybe it wouldn't have been a beef because they would have been giving credit, or maybe if they had been like shout out to UNLV, when they was talking about I'm About It, maybe it wouldn't have been a beef. How do you feel about that?
I never knew that there was any beef with Cash Money and No Limit, and I never knew that it was any beef with Baby and Slim.
Okay.
If you think about it, Soldier Slim was one that we got into it with Baby and Slim for a feature from him on our album. So when they did allow that to happen, he returned the favor when he got with No Limit. So you think about the song, from what I was told from Soldier Slim, he said he mentioned us in the song. He said I was on a come up move with UNLV. That's the name of the song that we done with him. It was called Come Up Move.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if there was any beef with No Limit and Cash Money, I don't think people are allowed to say anything about, any Cash Money artists on a record.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then, we had a relationship with CMurder. That's our fucking dude to this day.
Facts. Okay, and that's what I was gonna get. That was my next question. What was you guys' relationship with some of the No Limit artists?
Skullduggery. That was one of our dudes. God bless his soul.
R.I.P.
That was one of our main dudes since Worcester, junior high.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Skullduggery also did a song with Cash Money back in the days. Him and Jacko, God bless his soul. Dude out of Magnolia. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we had Skullduggery. We was cool with Kane and Abel over there as well.
Okay, yeah, the twins, yep.
Mr. Servon was he stayed on 6 and Barone, So we knew him coming up, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We was rapping before him, but we all, we grew up under them.
Yeah, so it's I was watching a Fiend interview, and he said that
You went to school with Fiend, that was how dude.
Yeah, he said all of y'all. He said that. Now he said something similar to what you said. He said all the artists was cool. He said all the artists was cool. It didn't matter from because he was saying like Manny Fresh and Mia X were real cool. Yeah. They were saying everybody was cool, just except the heads of the two snakes. They said it was just Birdman and Master P. So I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
I never knew it was friction. Like I said, I always thought they worked together because they both had their own status, and and networking wasn't as cool back then as it is now.
Yeah. Now, to me, I always we up here we always wonder why there was no understand what you're saying, because there wasn't a lot of cross, like even like with Death Row and Bad Boy, there wasn't no crossing, and stuff like that. Back in the days, it wasn't as many collaborations. That's why collaborations were more special back in the day, because you didn't get as many of them like today. Yeah. Everybody's on everybody's stuff. So because we were talking. Just think of all the music that could have been done. UNLV featuring CMurder, TRU featuring UNLV, Lil Wayne featuring Mystical. It could just the combinations would have been it would have been endless. I think that might be looked at as a missed opportunity, and just think of the tours y'all could have done, the No Limit Cash Money tour between like you said 96 and to 99. Those numbers would have been something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's another rumor that I've heard about, because I saw some people on this site called the Rare Report. They were talking about a night that CMurder and Juvenile got into it, and CMurder supposedly checked Juvenile or slapped Juvenile. What do you know about this situation? And then tell me, elaborate more on your relationship with CMurder.
Well, I know exactly where that was at, but I don't know anything about the situation. I did hear about it back in the days, but I never heard that it had got physical. And I heard they had words or whatever, and that was it. I never heard it got physical, and all the shit that I listened to on the internet. I never heard all that when I first heard the story.
So tell me about what you heard. So was it at a nightclub? Was it at a bar? Was it
That
just
was
in the
at a
street?
place. Oh, it used to be Kilimanjaro, but at that time it was Corner Pocket.
Okay.
It was uptown on the 12 wall. You heard me? And I'm not sure who party it was or whatever, but Juvenile was in there, and CMurder was in there, and I don't even know. I don't. Well, actually, they never told me what they was arguing about, but they said they had words. You know.
Okay. So
rumor, you know, I'm gonna say like rumors say that they had words. Now that was that.
Okay.
I didn't hear about they speeding off and all that kind of shit went on. And the crowd was about to get bucked and all that. I ain't hear about it. I just heard that they had words.
Okay. So do you know around what year this was? Was this like during the was this like 96 ish, or was it like 98 when both?
This had to be late 99, early 2000, something like that.
Okay.
It was before the storm, but it wasn't. It wasn't like 96. It had to be like 90, 99, 2000, like that.
Okay. Now speaking of CMurder, unfortunately he's got a life sentence, and I mean he's doing all the appeals. It looks like they even getting Kim Kardashian trying to get them to change the rules and fix these rules so he can come home. Chat me up about your relationship with CMurder, and like I said, free CMurder.
Yeah. I'm one that definitely screamed free C. I didn't come up with it or nothing like that, but when I did get to know him, he was 100 with me, and I was the same way with him. You know what I'm saying? I done a couple of benefit concerts for him since he been since he been locked up. When there was time that they was getting money together to pay lawyers and shit at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, me and Tech both, we decided that we wanted to, help out as best we can at the time. So, I participated in that. I also was blessed to, have a record with him. I'm on one of his albums that he released since he was in jail with me and Lil Kano.
Okay.
The name of the song is 100. Keep it 100. It's on YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? So, all the proceeds went to him and shit. You dig? I wasn't tripping on none of that, man.
Yeah. I mean, especially when somebody's down like that, if they your boy, man, I mean, it's bigger than the money thing. It's bigger than that. Okay, so speaking of jail and stuff like that, it is some good news because BG is allegedly supposed to get out here within the next couple months. They was talking between April and June, him possibly getting released. So, what do you expect from BG upon his release from jail?
I'm expecting big things from him. You know what I'm saying? Big thing. He held his weight, like I expected him to do, you know what I mean? He went down, he back, get another chance to, as society to be a better individual, you know what I mean? And plus, all the money in the world in his side, in his corner right now, you know what I mean? So he coming home with it. All he got to do is make it home, man. That's it.
Yeah. I pray that he makes it.
He probably don't. You don't even need to ask no more. You can start thanking God now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when he gets out, I mean that's me and some of my boys was talking about that.
That'll be the biggest impact in hip hop in a long time, dog.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, just think. I mean, he's gonna get so much money. I'm sure. Like you went on Lad. I'm sure Lad's gonna get him on the interview. He can get. He's gonna get to do the interview circuit. Everybody's gonna want him on the remix. I'm sure. Right. There's he's gonna come back.
Right. You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back because I forgot to ask you about. So there's a couple guys that you may know. There's a guy called Sick With It and a guy called Ripper. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're from it looks like from the Melf. They were talking about incident with Gangsta and Sterling and them basically add more to that Gangsta is a rat because he told on him. What do you know about Gangsta and Sterling's relationship? And tell me what you know about the original Hot Boy crew. Yeah, just tell me what you know about them.
Well, I went to school. I went to school with all of them, except Dooney. I kind of remember doing it, but I kind of don't remember him. You know what I mean? But Sterling and Mosquito, we went to junior high school together, and me and Gangster went to a private elementary school together. So I knew them well, and they was who they say they was. You know what I'm saying? On the street, they was doing all kind of hot boy type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew Ripper Skip. I knew him real well. I knew him from Tech. Tech grew up in the Melford Project. So I met Skip around early '90s, like right when we was getting Cash Money around that time. I can remember meeting Skip. And Skip always was 100 with me. You know what I mean? Always was 100. I never got any bad low or nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So fuck, I'm happy he home. You know what I mean? He was gone for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his brother on the other half. I remember the dude from the video, from the Wayne video, but I knew Skip, and I don't know his brother.
Okay, so do you know what was the issue behind that problem between the Hot Boys street crew and then Ripper and his group to cause that friction?
Nah.
Okay.
I ain't know anything about that.
Okay. Last thing I'm gonna ask you, because this is another one of those rumors. I was doing a lot of research, so I looked up some videos and I found a lot of rumors. So your guy Yellow Boy, they said, and I don't know if I don't know, because with the timeline, I don't know if it really works out. But they were saying that Gangsta had something to do with his death. Do you believe that could be?
Hold on.
Okay, let me ask that again. So there was some websites that I was reading where they said that Gangster Williams had some involvement with Yellow Boy's, murder, or something to do with that. And that's kind of where the Birdman, what happened to that boy. I know you said you don't believe there's any truth to that. I just want your reaction to just hearing that.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe that, man. Indeed. Because, if I was to believe that, I would have to believe that baby them had something to do with it. And I know it ain't go like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't believe that, man.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. So, yeah, that's all I have for you, man. Like I said, I just seen a whole bunch of rumors that have been, popping up and stuff like that. So I just want to get your opinion on some of them rumors, get your thoughts on, like I said, the gang stuff, the rap stuff, the rat stuff, and just how we do it, and then yeah, get ready to do this one more time. So go ahead, give them
Let me tell them about that new fire album that's jumping right now.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Go ahead and let them know what's going on.
Y'all need to go ahead and cop that Pensacola album from Lil Yas and Aero. You always been my artist from Pensacola. We named the album Pensacola. So it's on all streaming sites. We got 3 videos popping on YouTube and World Star right now. Tech about to come back up for parole in September. So we need y'all prayers. You heard me? Not no hatred. Just some prayers, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a beautiful thing for him and BG to come home the same year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
He's been gone almost 6 now. So yeah, we praying that he make it home this year so we can continue this UNLV legacy. You know?
Definitely. Well, you definitely carrying the flag right now, man. You've got everybody, eyes on you guys. Like I said, I see your activity on social media. You picked that up. So, man, shout out to you. I'm always going to be there for you. I'm a UNLV fan for life. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what you got coming, and looking forward, man. So, other than that, man, I appreciate your time this time, and till next time.
No doubt. God be blessed.
Yes, sir.